Trump Talk, the one and only live Periscope broadcast, all about Donald J. Trump. We have a late episode tonight because I stayed up to watch the Brexit results. Britain has voted to leave the European Union. So we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Some pretty exciting stuff for certainly our movement and as well as for Britain. So let's talk about Donald Trump will be in Scotland, Turnberry, Scotland, at the grand reopening of the Turnberry, Scotland golf course there. He will be doing a speech at 10 a.m. That is their time, which turns out to be about 6 a.m. Eastern time, 5 a.m. Central, etc., etc. So what you want to do is tune into rsbn.tv. They're going to, I'm sure, stream it and record it and put it up there. Or just Google it, but rsbn.tv probably will have it. So that's where I go to look for all of my stuff. And catch up on all the rallies. So it's going to be great. I'm sure he will be talking about the Brexit vote. This is something that speaks to the Donald Trump movement here in the United States. The vote for Britain to exit the European Union went along labor lines. The working people voted to leave the European Union. There's a lot of frustration with the migration and the immigration problem, and the obviously the Syrian refugee situation has exacerbated that. There's also a lot of frustration with taxation and all sorts of limits that the European Union was imposing upon Britain. So it's certainly along the lines of what we're doing here in America, supporting Donald Trump, with the idea that we want government to open up the free markets, that we certainly want more free choice, and we certainly want to control our borders and not respond to this globalist movement. This is an anti-globalist vote. It is a vote for national sovereignty, and certainly Trump wants to make America great again, America first. This is Britain wanting to make themselves great again, and we appreciate it, and I think that's actually going to be great. Interestingly enough, what you will see when you get when you see the footage of the news report about Trump speaking in Scotland is a bunch of protesters, because the protesters are actually being bussed in Scotland. Isn't that interesting? They bus them in here, and they bust them in Scotland, because the globalist movement against people like Donald Trump, who believe in national sovereignty, who believe in taking each individual country and respecting its right for trade and making those trade agreements work, as opposed to this globalist idea of just let the emerging markets do whatever they're doing. So there will be protesters busted, and there will certainly be interesting to see what happens at that event and what kind of protesters Scotland can round up, because they're pretty good at that crap. So there has also been several members of the community there posting Mexican flags around the golf course, because they are many of the people who we talk to here on the internet are victims of the media and its false attempts to define wanting legal immigration, wanting a safe and secure border, as being racist. Anytime any candidate has ever said we need to secure our border and respect our national sovereignty and our immigration laws, they are called racist. That's why it's a third rail of politics. Have you ever heard that term? The third rail of politics. That's what it is. And the reason it is that is because everyone calls you a racist as soon as you decide to solve the problem. Donald Trump has had the balls to actually go ahead and still speak about a necessary problem. Obviously, Europe is feeling that problem, as are we here in America. He's had a chance to speak about that and secure our borders, talk about securing our borders, in spite of the constant he's a racist misinformation given by the media. And unfortunately, there are members in Scotland who are also going to be victims of that misinformation. But it's too bad. There seems to be a majority of at least the people in Britain who want to respect borders. So, certainly. Let's talk a little bit about the fundraising situation, because everybody's been all, ooh, Donald Trump isn't raising enough funds. First off, go on DonaldJTrump.com in the media section and the press releases. He has released a new statement about the loans that he had loaned his campaign, his primary campaign. $50 million worth of loans Donald Trump has forgiven. He has he has absolved any need to have those paid back by the campaign, which means he has put in $50 million of his personal money, not super PAC money, not donor money, not Saudi Arabian Clinton Foundation money. Donald Trump earned $50 million of various businesses, put it himself into his own campaign, as he said he would all the time, because there was a bunch of doubters saying, oh, he's going to make his campaign pay him back. He's just doing this for money, which is absolutely ridiculous. And today he set that record straight. He also set the record straight about fundraising and his ability to fundraise, being able to raise $2 million within 12 hours and $11 million since Tuesday. And I personally have at least a $25 little donation in there. And I'm sure many of my other people out there in Trump world do, because we all jumped in and participated, because Bernie Sanders can do it, so can Trump. And very well. And we are doing a great job. So continued to keep adding to that foundation. Just a little note to people who are pigeoning in. I actually rebroadcast this to other people on YouTube, and then they watch it. So you're not actually the only person who's going to listen to this. So let's talk a little bit about what Brexit means for Trump going forward. It certainly suggests that there is a good chance that Donald Trump has more support than is revealed by the media here in the United States, because certainly there was huge ideas that Brexit was not going to pass in Europe because there was not the support. So many analysts are suggesting that, in fact, this is a very good sign that Trump is actually going to do much better in the polls and or in the election. And certainly he has, since the Orlando shooting, surged in the polls against Hillary Clinton, certainly cutting in a lot of those deficits that she managed to pull ahead. Now, we talked about last time about the ABC and NBC polls, where ABC and NBC actually weighted the number of Democrats by about 7% more than the number of Republicans. And come and behold, Hillary Clinton up by 7% over Donald Trump. The exact amount in both of those polls that they weighted it extra Democrats. This is how they're scamming the polls. Donald Trump is doing very well in the polls. We're not even going to talk about the reverse Bradley effect, but leave it to be said, Trump will continue to do well, and this Brexit vote is certainly a good sign in that direction. Now, we've already talked about the rally. 10 a.m. Scotland time, 6 a.m. Eastern time, rsbn.tv to get a hold of that. Let's just touch up on a little Corey news. Corey Lewandowski, as we all know, Trump's campaign manager from the primary campaign, was let go by the Trump campaign this week, has already found a new job, you guys. He's working as a correspondent at CNN, which is good because they are often called the Clinton News Network. So hopefully we'll have Corey over there to give him some straight news. And he is certainly not, he is delivering right away. He is certainly not wasting any time delivering on that promise to bring some good news. Leaking that there were only 4 VP picks on Trump's short list. So, I know which one on the list I'm rooting for. Y'all can pick your own choice. Let's do Trump reason of the day. Trump reason of the day in honor of Brexit. My Trump reason of the day: global liberation from socialism. And I know all of my socialist friends just went, what? All of my slightly left-leaning friends, oh, it's not that. No, see, Donald Trump understands that we cannot continue down the path of the globalist socialists like Europe, like the European Union, forming larger and larger state bodies that decentralize the individual control and the individual freedoms of American citizens or of citizens across the world. This is something that Trump realizes, and his inspiring movement here in the United States is certainly making headway in other countries where there is an empowerment of individuals standing up for their national sovereignty and for their individual liberties, as opposed to statist, globalist governments that operate far, far away. So that's my reason today. Trump is certainly starting us on the path to once again defeat a whole planet of unfortunate statism and socialism. So that's my Trumpism today. Let's do Best of the Trump Train. I like to do Trump signs because I'm so amazed at all the stories about Trump signs that get torn down, all the vandalism people are enduring, and all the effort they go through to keep their signs up. And not just from vandals do they get affected, but from the cities and counties they live in, from elected officials and from bureaucrats messing with their right to free speech. So this here, beautiful Trump sign. Beautiful. Lovely. Got the little Christmas lights around it. Very exciting. This is from Bradford Cohen out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. He's a lawyer there. This is in front of his law office. Excuse me. And he was fined. He was had the sign up since September, but in February of this year, he was asked to take it down because it exceeded sign size limits. So, yeah, so he was given a fine, a notice to take it down. They want you to only have a sign that's 4 feet by 4. You can only have 16 square feet of sign, is what they decided in the rules. And so there's a bit of a hubbubaloo. So I want to show you guys the sign because yet again, somewhere between the vandalism and the leftist, anti-Trump government officials who want to continue to quash our free speech, yet another Trump patriot holding out for his sign. And we appreciate you, Bradford. I hope you're doing really well with that. I hope you stuck it to him and made him let you keep your signs. We'll follow up. I'll try to follow up on that. You can reach us at, of course, at Trumpetarian. You can email me, trumptalkus@gmail.com, or of course, go and see all of our videos, all the W's, trumptalk.us. This is my book. You can still get on Amazon. There'll be upcoming edition because we're out of the primary, but $3.99 on Amazon. Go ahead and take a look at that. And if you have not yet had a chance, Google the Donald Trump Egg Endorsement Challenge. You should take this challenge. Get a chance, take the challenge, donate to Trump. Great stuff going on there. We're doing some great stuff fundraising, and you're going to find the egg challenge pretty entertaining. So, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is our show. I want to congratulate the United Kingdom on its liberation from the mess it got itself in. I find it ironic as an American that Britons are celebrating their independence from a body far away that overtaxed and overregulated them. So, welcome to the club, Britain. And we certainly appreciate it. And for me, a little Trumpy, keep on trumping, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow. More Trump news. More information from Scotland. I'm excited to see what happens up there. Have a good night. Go Trump.